Welcome to the third and final video of the planning module in the PDSA series. In this video, I will show you how to begin documenting your PDSA cycle and entering in your planning information into NILS. As you can see in the video, this is what the NILS portal looks like after you log in. You may have a slightly different view here in the activities section. You can see how I already have started a PDSA cycle. However, if you are new to First 2 or new to NILS, this may be empty at this point in time. There are two different ways to create a PDSA cycle. One way is creating a PDSA cycle on your own from scratch. However, chances are you are building off of PDSA cycles that people in your working group have already begun, and you're working on adapting and further testing those change ideas. I will show you how you can save yourself some time by cloning the PDSA cycles of your colleagues. We are going to start by going to the Find PDSAs option in the upper bar. You'll notice that there are, at the time of recording, 93 different PDSA cycles documented. If you go down the list, it may take a while to find them. If you know the tester's name, you can search by that. In this case, because I already know that this past PDSA cycle focused on embedded student feedback, I'm going to search for it by typing in the word embedded. And you can see that this quickly found exactly one PDSA cycle. I can also check that this is a engagement with undergraduate institutions driver with STEM course policies and practices, and it's a metacognition change idea, all of which I documented in the PDSA template example, which is information you can get from your First 2 working group. I am going to click on this hyperlink here to look at the PDSA cycle. Currently, in this view, I can scroll through the PDSA cycle and review all 4 phases of it. You can go quickly to a specific phase of the PDSA cycle by clicking over here in the upper left. Here in the planning phase, the original author of the PDSA cycle describes her logistics for this section, documents her materials and supplies, including some attached documents, and then below begins to document questions, predictions, and data collection activities. From reviewing this description, I can see that I have found the correct PDSA cycle I was looking for. Scrolling back to the top, there is a button labeled Clone and Create PDSA. By clicking on that button, I can quickly create my own version of that as a starting point. You'll note that the screen now looks different. You will also notice that we are now focused on a metacognition change idea, and a tentative name has been put in here for us, Metacognition PDSA number 9. We will now document the planning portion of our PDSA cycle in NILS. First, we will update the PDSA title. For the purpose of this video example, I am going to use a simple title that identifies it to my colleagues as a video example. Then, below, there are learning questions. This will start preloaded with the learning questions from the PDSA cycle you cloned. You can use the First 2 PDSA template document to copy and paste your learning questions, your predictions, and to identify what type of data you will use to evaluate your prediction. You can remove learning questions by clicking the Remove option in the upper right of each question area. If you scroll down, you will notice that you can add additional questions if you want to. After you have documented your learning questions, predictions, and data identification, click Next. Here, you will document some of the logistical aspects of the planning phase. You will document the day by which you expect to complete your test. As it states here, it is completely tentative and open to revision at any time. In this logistics section, you can copy and paste over any of the content you want from the implementation logistics section or data collection logistics section from the PDSA template. Down here in supplies and materials, you can quickly copy over any names of resources, any links you might have for materials you need, and as you can see here at the bottom, you can remove prior attachments and upload your own attachments for other resources. When you're done, click Next. And congratulations! You have now completed the planning phase in NILS. You'll notice that the planning phase in NILS is shorter and more concise than the PDSA template. You can share your plan phase with the rest of your colleagues directly by copying and sending them this link, or by clicking the Share via Email button. When you're done, and not ready to go to the Do phase yet because you have likely not yet enacted your change idea, you can just click on Home. Now that you're back on your home screen, you should see in the Activities section that your just created and cloned PDSA cycle is now listed for you on your activities, and you can access it again at any time by clicking on this arrow. Because we completed the planning phase, the arrow will take us immediately to the Do phase of the PDSA cycle. However, if you need to go back, you can just click on Plan in the arrow sequencing and go back and revise your plan. I hope that you've enjoyed this series of 3 videos on the planning process, and I look forward to working with you as you work through the Do phase of your cycle.